right. All right, all right, all right. I hope y'all got something to drink because we're going to be here a minute. This episode, levels. Let's talk. Megan, Michael, and Sarah, the messiest throuple of this entire season. Of this entire year. This couple, this throuple, the audacity of Michael. And actually, shout out to a lot of you in the comments section who cleared up a couple of things that I talked about in my review last week. Like, somebody told me that Michael married Sarah so that he could get paroled to New York to be with his daughter. Thank you so much. I did not know that. That makes sense. He's still trash. Another person informed me that they believe that Clint is a crack smoker. So he was smoking crack with Tracy, and that just messed me up. We will talk about that later, but I was like, Clint is a crackhead too? What? How are we missing? I love this show. The show is so good, right? I just feel like so many important things about the cast is just left out, and we don't really know the truth of it unless something comes up on our Instagram or unless you guys tell me. It's like, you guys should have this in the show already. Like, we should not be finding this out on our own from like blogs and Instagram pages. Like, this is your job, WeTV. Tell us the story. What about Brittany having other children? How about that? We only talk about Giovanni. We don't talk about the fact that this girl has children older than Giovanni, that she got taken away from her. Like, what is going on? This is what we need to know. Love After Lockup producers, that would have been very interesting to not only talk to Tito, but to also talk to the other baby fathers of Brittany's children. Like, what? Anyway, back to this messy throuple. So, Megan in this mirror. So Megan is at her hotel, right? And she done got out fresh out the shower. She done got this unit wet. So it's now like a wet and wavy. She got her Beyonce Drunk in Love hair on, okay? She's just looking at herself, feeling herself. Megan, I love you, girl. And she's doing her hair and she stops and she looks in the mirror. You gonna get some dick tonight. I almost threw my remote. I was like, Megan, please, girl, please. You have no idea. And I hate the fact that I'm laughing at this situation because she's so innocent. She's so naive. And this dude is just taking advantage of her. And I think that she is just so excited about this guy because she's never had a guy like this in her life before. She seems very sheltered, very babied. I feel like she's probably the only girl in her family, like the only daughter. I don't think that she has other siblings or other girls in her family. I think that she's the only daughter, and she's probably the youngest daughter, and she got her big brother, and you know, the dad is very protective. I think she has just had this world where everybody has like nurtured her and never let her feet hit the ground, and she's lived in this bubble. And this guy, who, can we be real, looks like a stud, it's like exciting to her because he's, you know, some kind of bad boy. And I'm like, with these toddler braids, girl. Michael's hair looks like, you know, when them black moms wear them braid wigs? That's exactly what his hair looks like. And he got Megan all hot and bothered, okay? So let's talk about this because a lot of people are like, Michael is selling drugs. That's how he got this money for this hotel and all of this stuff. Guys, I'm just going to give y'all some real tea here. Production is paid for all of that. Production paid for the hotel. Production is paying for the rental car. The cast pays for very little while the show is filming for them. I only know this because not only have I worked in reality TV, I have people in my life who are producers of reality TV shows, and that is just how it goes. The cast gets a stipend a week for the remainder of the time that they are filming. Production pays for their food. Production pays for their housing if they're filming in their home. Production pays to house them if they don't have anywhere to stay. Production pays for their vehicles if they can't get back and forth to places. They'll either get them a rental car, or they will pay for Ubers, or they will take production vans and get them to location A and location B. At this point, they're being treated like, you know, cast on a movie set because they are essentially a cast. they're cast for a TV show, so they're getting that kind of treatment. They also have hair and makeup for their confessionals. They also have wardrobe on set if somebody wears something in one of the scenes that, you know, the network doesn't approve. They have to get them something that they can wear on TV, and normally a PA is running to get the outfits, and like all of that stuff is going on behind the scenes. So Michael didn't pay for that chauffeur. Michael ain't paying for that hotel room. Production is probably paying his car note because they're filming him and Megan in his car. Like, they pay for everything because what they want to do is make the cast comfortable so they can give them their most vulnerable selves. That's how they do. That's how MTV and, you know, those real world shows, that's what they do too. They pay for everything and they just give you loads of liquor so that you can just be a hot mess and they can get good ratings. Show business. Like, Michael ain't got no coin. All he got to do is show up. They pay for everything else. He just got to be there on time when they are ready to film. Scott, same thing. Yes, he is broke. He's not paying for those dinners. He's not paying for the hotel room. He's not paying for none of that stuff. The only thing he's paying for is his own thing, like his mortgage. But I guarantee you, if the show was filming at his home, they would be paying the mortgage for the time that they're filming there. They have to pay you every time that they film in your home, which is why I don't know why he just won't do that. I would just take Lizzie to my home so that production could pay my mortgage. You know what I mean? Film in the house, film wherever you want to, film in my car, pay my car note. But I don't think he knows that. So it's just like, dude, y'all living in the best Western when you could be getting your mortgage paid at your home. Let's talk about Sarah's friend, Emmy. Sarah, she's a real one. Please don't get rid of that girl. I feel so afraid for you in this relationship. Because Emmy is a very good friend. She always looks out for her. She always gives her the best advice, and she does not beat her up. She tells her friend the truth. She does it in love, and she just lets it go. She doesn't, you know, rag on her, whatever. She still lets Sarah tell her what she needs to know. She doesn't give her approval. She lets her know what is wrong or whatever, but she doesn't beat her up. And I feel very afraid for this relationship because Sarah is very in love with Michael. And I feel like, especially if he's watching this show, if they're still together, because it's a high possibility that Sarah is still with Michael because she is in love with this dude. She carried his seed in her womb for 10 months, okay? She is very connected to this guy. She loves him, and every day that she looks at her child, she looks at Michael. You know, so this girl, her mind is gone. She is into this dude 1000%. Even if he ain't into her, she gives me that kind of woman who will still be with a guy even if he gives her 1% of himself. She'll give him 100% of herself, and he would just give her the lowest of the low, and she'll still be there because she just really wants to be with him. Like, even now when she's sitting and talking to Emmy is like giving her great advice, and she's still like, oh no, it's fine. Oh, also, I may be pregnant. Like, he's been garbage since he has been home, right? She hasn't been no easy pill to swallow either. But honey, he's giving you nothing. Giving you nothing. The most endearing thing he said to you is that he want to eat coochie. He ain't even say it was your coochie. And you were still like, oh my gosh, he want to eat coochie. He talk about Megan. Megan's coochie. Woo! But this is why I feel bad for Emmy. Because oftentimes, the friend with the discernment always gets cut. Always gets beat down, always gets removed, especially when your friend is dealing with a demon in Tim's, okay? You are always that friend. I'm speaking about myself because, yes, I am that friend with discernment. That friend is always getting cussed out. That friend is always getting told to mind their business. And, you know, you're always that friend who can see. You can either see that the demon in Tim's, who is that dude that treats her like crap, will never do her right. And you tell her the truth and she does not see it. So in turn, she gets rid of you because she wants to be in this mess of a relationship and she wants to be in it unbothered. Or you can also see that friend that don't mean her no good, will take everything from her, use her till there is nothing left. And you speak on that and she ends up removing you and becoming besties with that friend. Then when it all falls apart, they want to find you and apologize, and you got to be okay with it because you're that friend. I'm Emmy. I am Emmy, but I've learned to mind my business and pray for people from afar. And when you come back after everything has fallen apart, I don't treat you no sort of way. I'm like, all right, well, now you know. You know what I mean? Like, I have gotten into situations where I'm fighting for friends and I'm just like, you just have to go through this because it's stressing me out. I'm not liking you. You not liking me. Now I got an enemy and this dude who I don't even really know like that. Like, get yourself together. Mind your business, Emmy. Be there for your friend. Take care of yourself, but mind your business. Sarah gonna do what she gonna do. Let's talk about how when Michael opened the door to this hotel room and Megan was sitting in this turquoise choker lingerie with this blue robe, no color scheme, with this blue silk robe, her glasses. I said, girl, you're going to need to remove them glasses, okay? You're not going to be able to see what's about to go down. But can we talk about these big Block Hill shoes that she was wearing? She was giving me Monica in that, what was that video where Monica had them big Block Hills on, them big block sandals, and she has been dragged for them sandals ever since. I was like, oh, Megan, girl, you have no idea what you are getting yourself into. Sitting up there like a church mother, got her legs crossed, her big Block Hills. Just a swinging on the bed. Hey! He got you. Michael already had her mind without intercourse. Now that they've had sex, Megan is gone. Go. You know what? Can we backtrack just a bit? I need to talk about this real quick because I keep on looking at this dude and laughing. Do you remember that when Michael walked into the hotel room, the agent that was checking him in, he was so giddy. He was like, oh, Michael, hey. You know what I mean? Like, just so giddy. And I'm like, who told you that Michael is about to deflower Megan upstairs in that hotel room? Because he was so giddy, like he already knew what was about to go down, and he had some tea, and he couldn't wait for Michael to go upstairs so he could go in the back and gossip with everybody else and probably stand outside of the room and listen. He was so excited. And watching this awkward scene with Megan, girl, sitting on Michael, riding him, kissing him, I'm just thinking about her father. Because Megan's dad looks like every black pastor in like every black movie or church play ever written. He looks like he is that guy, right? I'm just thinking about this black pastor looking dude watching his daughter get deflowered by a felon who's married on national freaking TV. Woo! Give these producers a raise, an Emmy, an Oscar. This is some good TV. Y'all, when Megan was like, Michael and I have already sexed, so I just know that the sex is going to be even better. I want to see those sex. I want to see what Michael was writing back and forth to Megan to get her all hot and bothered, because I'm telling you, it's probably misspelled and full of eggplant emojis. Girl, you know you want this eggplant, 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 and winky face emoji. That's exactly what he said. Then we cut to the confessional where Michael is just like, I'm going to make her explode like a gusher. My Christian eyes. Honestly, real talk, all jokes aside, I want to personally thank the producers for not giving us a voiceover of Megan being deflowered by Michael, because we didn't need that. And we, as viewers who have been so good to this show, didn't deserve that. Thank you. After you gave us Tracy and Clint, we have been through enough, and I appreciate you sparing us. Caitlin and Matt, it just went from worse to worser. This couple, I feel like we are going to get a really sad update. I really do. Like, at the end of this show, I'm looking for good updates from everybody else in this show. Even that damn throuple. But Caitlin and Matt, I'm scared. Case in point, Matt's confessionals. He is serving Crypt Keeper. He looks like he's back out there on the streets. Seriously, I was just like, oh my gosh, when they were filming him, I was like, I know that now one person in that production filming this scene with Matt doing his confessionals got their purse laying around open. I know they probably got their fanny packs on their neck, because Matt looked like he done gone back out there. And you know what? In the beginning, I wasn't agreeing with Caitlin for Matt getting out there right away, but now I realize he needs structure. And I don't even want to say put him in the military, because listen, we don't need nobody like Matt serving. But he needs structure. That's probably why prison worked out for him, because he doesn't have structure. When Matt doesn't have structure, he becomes destructive. because he's out 2 weeks. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? Now, I'm for Caitlyn after this time, after 2 weeks, after he's like decompressed from prison. And I still think it takes more time, but somebody like Matt needs to get busy doing something, because when he has time on his hands, he goes to meth. Like, you out 2 weeks and you think you need a boys' night? You don't want to look at a classified? You don't even want to get therapy? Get in the program. Do something. You know you can walk into a job and become the CEO because you're superior, Matt. You can do anything. Remember that? Yeah, that was Shane. I forgot that comment. I'm telling you, that's been burned in the side of my brain. I was just like, you give me that kind of tease too. I know what set you was repping in prison. But no shade, to be quite honest with you. All them like Nazis in prison, meth heads. Meth. You racist and you on meth? You get help first. Then when you get help, then you decide that you still hate everybody else. Okay. Not okay, Nikki. But I'm just saying, like, you got a bigger issue and you're racist? Ciao. I'll never understand hate. The devil don't make no sense. And can we talk about how when Matt was talking about meth, he did like a chuckle? Like I don't know. It was like he was remembering or just really nonchalant. He bothers me with how loving and very easy he talks about meth. And it's like a good cousin. You know what I mean? Not like it's a demon that he needs to run away from. Caitlyn, get out of this situation, girl. The thing about it is, it's so sad because I feel like Matt is a catch to Caitlyn. I'm telling you, she gives me Caucasian poverty. It is what it is. She gives me like backwater, you know, don't really have enough for shoes, living on a farm, everybody cooking meth. Like, she seems very, who is that guy that's always making movies about white people in the country doing meth? Is it Ben Affleck? Y'all know who I'm talking about. It's this director, and this is like, cracked out middle America is his wheelhouse. He's always doing a movie like that, and it's just like, okay, was this your life? I'll find the name and I'll put it in somewhere in this video. But yeah, like, it's just, that's Caitlyn's life. Like, Pennsylvania, and people from Philly know exactly what I'm talking about. We only drive so far out of Philly. You start driving out of parts of Pennsylvania, you just like, drive too far, you start losing your tires. Next thing, you're losing your doors. Next thing is your life. Like, you can only go but so far outside of Philly. So that's where that's what Caitlyn is giving me. That's where she comes from. So even though Matt is a meth addict, he is still a catch. You know what I mean? Because he seems to come from good stock, or at least better stock than what she's used to. So she's probably like, I got this guy who comes from a much better family. Like, he has a house. My mom has an apartment, you know, like, he has a vehicle. His mom has a credit card that she can give him. My mom's on, you know, food stamps. That's what I think it is. He just seems like a catch to somebody like Caitlyn. And to that I say, girl, use this show as an opportunity to get out of your neighborhood. Get out of your surroundings. You need to see better so that you can know that you deserve better. And you can get it. Just get out of your surroundings. That's hard to say, but you have a network TV show that you are on, girl. It's possible. If I was you, I would start working the reality TV show market and start getting some money. If you and Matt don't work out, you know what? I was going to say go on Marriage Reality TV Stars Boot Camp, because I feel like that's the next step for all of these couples. But I don't want to trust Matt with $100,000, because that's what they give them. They give them anywhere from $50K to $100,000 to appear on that show. And I just don't want, I don't trust Matt with all that kind of money. But you need to do something within the WeTV family, because they can put you on something else, girl. They really, really can. I need you to work that angle so you can get free. You really need to see the world, honey, because what you have seen, you have made poor behavior okay. You have made a catch out of Matt. That lets me know something is wrong with you. And that's okay. We all broken. But I'm just like, girl, get well. At least some of us know that we got to, you know, work to get better. That's what you need to do. Matt is not a catch. And stay off of prison, Craigslist, loves, websites, whatever the hell you was on. Stay off of that mess. Everybody. Let them prisoners get free. Meet a man who was free, a free citizen. And can we talk about how a lot of people in my comment section do not believe that Caitlyn has never done drugs? Like, a lot of y'all think that she's on meth too, or that she's done meth. And I'm telling y'all, I don't think that she's done meth. I think she's a product of meth. I think meth, she was born in meth. You know what I mean? I think that maybe her mom was on meth when she was pregnant with her. I'm thinking she was probably a meth baby because she has the look, but I think she has that look from birth defects. Let me stop. Because I don't want to say that she has birth defects. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying if people see that there is like a drug thing going on, I'm thinking that's what it is. And I could be wrong. If y'all know any different, let a sister know. But I just don't, I believe her when she says she hasn't done drugs. Now y'all got me wondering. I'm telling you, I need to start reading the comment section of this show because y'all be having me, I'll be going through doing all kinds of research because I'm like, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, y'all be having me on all kinds of goose chases trying to figure out this information because my comment section be lit. And shout out to the new people. I be getting like every time I post something, I get a lot more people. So shout out to the new folks who are here. But y'all be giving me so much information. I get overwhelmed because I just feel bad. I feel so bad. It's different when you're just watching them. It's another thing when you know about their lives outside of the show and it's still very sad. So you just take on so much. Oh, Caitlin says, get free. But you know what? If Matt got a skinhead problem and you know that and you're with him, I said it. What do you think it is? I don't see meth. I see meth baby, but I don't see her like doing meth. What is it that you guys are so adamant about her being on drugs? For those of you who thinks that she is a drug user as well, tell me what you think it is that she uses and why. Let's chat it up. I'm not surprised that Matt was an exceptional athlete growing up. He gives me jock. He gives me jerk jock. He gives me that kind of guy who's been pampered his whole life. If he wasn't pampered at home, he was pampered in school because he was really, really talented. A dude that's never really had any consequences. So now that he's an adult, he doesn't know how to like deal with authority. He literally has to be locked up to be shown respect. You know what I mean? That's how he respects authority because they give him a time to go to bed. They give him a time to eat. They give him what to eat. And he has to respect that or he'll stay longer. So prison is essentially raising him now that he's a grown man, like teaching him things that, sad to say, should have been taught to him as a kid that was left out. So now society is raising this dude. My tax dollars is raising somebody who's 33 years old because what was supposed to be done in the home wasn't done. Like, even when he's out with his friends, his response to his friend asking him if he's going to get a job, and he's like, when have I ever wanted to work? When have I ever needed to work? And I'm like, that's the problem. You've been cared for your whole life. Even now, you're being cared for. You're being doted over. There are no consequences. And it's sad to say, I feel like Matt has yet to hit his rock bottom. He hasn't yet walked down the path where it's gotten too dark for him to turn around and be like, I don't want this life anymore. It has to get darker. It has to get worse for him. And that's really sad to say, but it's just the truth. Because Matt has to get clean for himself. He has to want to do better. He has to want to live a better life. And he doesn't. He really, really doesn't. He loves meth. He loves the power that it gives him. He loves, being taken care of. He doesn't want to be bothered. He doesn't like authority. He has an environment of people who take care of him, but nobody challenges him. Even his friends knows that this dude has a meth problem, knows that this dude just got out of prison. They say to him, do you want to get wasted or something like that? And I'm like, why would you even bring that up? Why even meet at a freaking bar? Like, he has a problem. Y'all admitted that on camera. Why are you taking him to the vices that put him in prison or that ruins his life? And I get it. Even though you have a friend that's an addict, you shouldn't be, you shouldn't have to hold back on things in your life as well. You still should be able to support him and not have to live bound. However, sometimes you gotta make changes. Like, I know of someone who was going through the healing process after dealing with addiction. Like, he is constantly doing what he needs to do to take care of himself, going to meetings, doing the whole shebang, right? His friends love him enough. They wouldn't drink or do anything that would send him down that road around him, right? It finally got to a point in his recovery where he was saying it was okay now. His friends still to this day ask, can I do this? Is it all right? Do you mind if I take a sip of this? You mind if I get a drink while we're sitting down to eat? Is that okay? Like, out of respect and love for him, because if I'm going to be in your life and I want you in my life, I know you have a sickness and this is how I need to be around you. Matt's friends don't do that. They're just as worse as, no shade, his mom. And I get that's your son, but it's like, girl, you can't always be available to him. But a mother's never going to not open up her door to her child, even if it kills them. We got really deep. Let's get back to the comedy. Matt's mama, sick of Matt and Caitlin. She wants them out. When Matt came home drunk and ate all that food and left it out there, she was done. She was done. She looked at Caitlin. She was like, well, I'm not going to clean it up. It's not my mess. And looked dead at Caitlin. Caitlin was like, oh, okay, I'll clean it up. And then they have this really weird conversation. I get Matt's mom. She's frustrated. She wants them gone. She does not want to go down this road with him again. She's been down this road with him several times and she's tired. The woman is getting older. And I feel like for Matt's sake, I want him to get well so that he could spend time with his mom. Like, your mom is getting older. She's not getting younger, dude. You need to get it together so you can spend those times with her, because if she goes, you're going to feel like crap if you're still out there on the streets and you haven't got yourself together to be able to spend time with your mom. And I feel like his mom is at the point where she's just like, I want my life back. Not only do I have my son, who's a whole tornado, I got his girlfriend who don't even wash her own damn drawers. I'm done. She's done with the both of them. Neither one of them is working. Caitlin, is trying to, establish who she is in Matt's life. And his mom don't care. You know what I mean? Because Caitlin, she's talking to her and she's saying girlfriend to Caitlin, like, fiance, girl, fiance to a madman. Don't nobody care. That ain't nothing that you should be bragging about. And the mom was like, they've only known each other 2 days and she's the fiance. If that's the fiance you want to be, fine. Get him out of my place. She wants her life back and she deserves that. She's raised him, whether she did it good or not. She's raised him. He's grown. That is not her problem. If Caitlin wants to take that on, take it on, but get out of that woman's house, because I feel like she's 2 seconds away from taking a gun and going shooting up the whole damn production. That lady was done. She was so on edge. She was sitting there eating them sausages. She was, one of you gonna go. What's your out date? I was like, oh my gosh. Caitlin, get out before she snaps. She's been through enough. She's done. And unfortunately, that's where she has to be. And she has to stay there, because she can't be the door that opens for Matt every time he goes back out there. And that's who she's been. So I'm hoping that this time she's done, because when he ain't got nowhere to turn to, he gonna get well, hopefully. Hopefully. Get some therapy, Matt. Brittany and Marcelino. I can't with Marcelino. Here's why. Brittany is talking to Marcelino about meeting her son for the first time. Marcelino starts talking about the kid's dad. I'm like, dude, who are you? You have no right at all. And Brittany's sitting there just looking down like, oh, he feels some sort of way. Girl, you don't need nobody messing up no problems with you seeing your child. Marcelino is a liability. How you got beef with a dude you've never even met? If anything, you should have respect for Tito, because he's taking care of Brittany's son while she's been in prison. How are you mad at him? He hasn't asked for child support. He's allowing not only Brittany to come see the kid fresh out of jail, he's allowing her to bring her unhinged fiance, who he's never met, into his home to meet his child. How are you mad at him? I don't get it. I just feel like he makes everybody in her life a problem so he can keep her isolated. If he gets her in fights with her best friends, her ex-lover, her ex, he can keep her all to himself so that she won't be able to get free, so that nobody will be able to get close to her to talk some sense into her. I was so pissed off with him. I'm like, how you got beef with the dad? I feel like anybody who is getting with someone who has kids, how you've never met the ex and you got problems already, something wrong with you. You are always in the wrong. You've never met the ex. You got beef with them because of what your partner has said. Meet the person for yourself and figure out the truth. How about that? instead of going there and causing some problems so the girl could never be able to see her kid because you going there acting all crazy. Like, she left her kid at nursing age willingly. I'm sorry, if you are out there jacking cars for meth, you are already not in a position to be a mom. You already put yourself in jeopardy to be taken away from your child. So that is willingly. Despite the problems, mama, you made them decisions to get you taken away from your son. And you're getting mad at the person who took care of him while you were in prison. And you know what? It really hurt me when Brittany was like, I was clean for 8 years. Clean of meth for 8 years, relapse, got back into prison. I was like, damn, that addiction demon never lets up. Never lets up. That girl was clean. That stuff was out of her system for 8 years. And then one moment sent her flying back. Whew, so we meet Tito. Okay, cute. Can we talk about his home? What does Tito do? Because I was like, Tito was selling meth for a while, like cooking up meth and selling it. Went to prison for 11 years. He was selling some meth, okay? 11 freaking years. Tito was cooking it up, okay? The whole time we're looking at this home and we're in his home, nice fireplace and everything. I'm like, Tito, is this meth money? Did you bury some money? Did you give some to the current girl and was just like, hold this for me, stack these bricks away while I do this bid? What happened, Tito? Because what kind of money are you able to make fresh out of prison to get this nice home, raise your, got custody of your kid? What's going on, Tito? What are you doing? How are you able to get all this? I need some answers. But he fine though. I was like, okay, Tito, I'm working on it. Marcelino, that's why you're mad. Since we're here, let's talk a little bit about Tito. He seemed a little off to me. I still like him. I still, in this situation, I still am Team Tito. But he was giving me, like, even in the confessionals, you know, he was doing a lot of this. And that always gets me. That, like, he could not stop moving his mouth around. His confessional, he looked a little, I don't want to say relapse, a little delayed. And I'm like, okay. But I will say this, Marcelino talking all that crap about him. Soon as Tito opened the door, they give them both lays. He tells his son to shake the man's hand. How are you doing? Welcomes him in his home. And Marcelino in his confessional still talking crap. I'm going to sit here, you know, I'm going to be respectful, but you know, I'm like, what beef you got with Tito? The dude you've never met. What beef? Like, Marcelino, I can't with that guy. Like, he bothers me. He bothers me, Brittany, and I know you're still with him or whatever, but girl, get free. You and Caitlin need to sit down and talk, and y'all need to do something because y'all got to get out of these situations. Lizzie, listen, Lizzie needs to stay with Scott. She needs somebody who's going to take care of her. I don't trust Lizzie with $1, okay? But you two, y'all can get free if you want to. Use this show as an opportunity to catapult y'all into something else so you can get support on your own because y'all are in some toxic relationships with men. Toxic. Tito is a good freaking guy. The stepmom is good to the kid. Since we're here, I know that stepmom cried after they left because when gorgeous Giovanni, so sweet, can we talk about how he was hugging Brittany and he was so happy to see her? His face, oh, Brittany, how did you not cry? His face lit up when he saw his mom. Lit up. And then he was playing. He came and he ran back and he said, are you okay, mommy? And the stepmom, I don't think she was being shady, y'all. I think because she's basically raised this kid and she's used to being called mom, she just responded to it in front of Brittany and was like, no, honey, I'm okay. And that baby was like, not you. I'm talking to my other mom. Are you okay, mommy? I felt that, girl. I felt that. How could you not? How could you not? I felt so bad for her. And then when they were leaving, the baby started hugging Brittany and was like, I don't want to be here. Now that could mean there's something going on in that home. Or it could just mean that the baby really misses his mom and he just wants to be with her. I don't know. But what do you guys think about that? Because from the beginning, Tito looked like the responsible parent, right? The home, the baby seems like he's kept in a great home. They seem to really love him. He seems to be in a loving environment. One thing my mom always told me, You can always tell what's going on in the household by the children. Giovanni was so full of love and joy and just, you could just see it on him. So I'm like, the environment has to be okay because this is what this kid is giving off. So this has to be what's being poured into him. So did you read him saying, I don't want to be here as it's not going well with him at his dad's home, or that he just really misses his mom? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below because I'm kind of in between. I'm like, was he trying to tell her something? Or does he just want to be with her? Not that anything's wrong in the home. He just wants to be with his mom. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. And you know what? Since we're here, let's be messy for a minute. Giovanni is all Brittany. I was struggling to see Tito. I was like, Brittany, girl, you out there being messy in them streets. And I was like, Tito got strong features, y'all. And I kept on, I was freezing my TV, blowing up Giovanni's pic. And I'm just like, okay. Maybe it'll happen in his teen years. But I'm like, Tito got strong features. Where he at? Brittany, because you messy. You messy. Okay, then we get to this bridal shop. Brittany is looking for wedding dresses and she brings her cellmate and Amanda, her ex. This is what I got to say about that. Amanda, I hope they're paying you because I feel like they keep on calling her to film with Brittany because one, Brittany's not going to get back with her because it don't seem like Amanda can take care of the both of them. Let's be real. Brittany is with Marcelino for support. It is what it is. Listen, secure the bag, right? I'm not hating. But it also seems like they keep on calling Amanda because they know that Brittany is not going to leave Marcelino and they're just filming Amanda for her heartbreak. It's humiliating to me to watch this girl watch somebody that she obviously has feelings for put on a wedding dress that she's going to wear to marry somebody else that's not her. And I feel like they keep on calling her to film so we can watch her reaction. And I'm not okay with that. Like, why am I watching Amanda watch Brittany wear a wedding dress and she's just like, oh, she would look so good if she was by my side. And I'm like, this is just sad at this point. It's not even messy. It's messy, but it's sad. It's more sad than messy. And I'm here for the messy. Keep the sadness because last week's episode, sis, I'm still triggered. I had a really weird dream about a drug baby and an ex. It was weird. And it was all because of this damn show that y'all keep me reviewing. But on a lighter note, let's talk about these messy bridal shop workers who put Amanda in the dress and was just like, you will look so great in this wedding dress. Why don't you wear this? Getting all the Britney's information. Oh, don't worry, girl. This is Vegas. I've heard it all. What's this? You a felon? Oh my goodness. This your ex? Oh, this must be awkward. You want a drink? They were so messy. Then at the end, they were just like, I just think that Amanda and Brittany should just be together. They're perfect for each other. I was like, who are y'all? And why are y'all so messy? No shade. Amanda did look better in that wedding dress. She looked really cute. The accessories they put on her, I was like, girl, I would still buy it just for my future. You know what I mean? I would still just take that dress home with me, especially if production is going to pay for it, because Brittany was serving ball player in a ball gown. I was like, girl, you got to work on them shoulders. You know what? I also thought about Marcelino watching this episode. I'm like, I know he's probably watching this episode, glasses fogging up, little beads of sweat forming on that bald head. He's probably ripping one of Giovanni's toys because he's so angry. He is just awkward in a dark way, in an ID channel kind of way. Brittany, get free, sis. Get free. Tracy and Clint. So y'all got me messed up. The comment section from our last review, y'all got me messed all the way up because this whole, from last week to this week, all day, I've been thinking about, is Clint a crackhead? Because y'all have thoroughly convinced me that Clint is a crackhead. And I'm like, so Clint was smoking crack with Tracy? But how was he able to jump back? Are you able to jump back so quickly from a crack high? Oh my gosh. This storyline is so sad. So we get Clint. He's now packing up because I guess they got to get out of that hotel and they're sending him back home because they still can't find Tracy. This bothers me, right? Every show, no matter if it's a reality show or a network TV show, a drama, a comedy, whatever kind of show, a game show, Every show has a cast wrangler. That is a person who knows what every person in the cast is at all times. How do you not know where Tracy is and she is a part of your show? She is a cast member on your show. You are responsible for her while you are filming. So you mean to tell me she's been gone for 10 hours and none of y'all know where she is at? That just reads so irresponsible to me. And I just don't think that I believe it. I think that there is somebody, I think they all got on the plane and left wherever they were at. But I think somebody stayed from production to look for Tracy. And I also think they had a camera crew still there so they can get her confessionals or her update or whatever it is, because there's no way that they have no idea where she is. It's just, that would be just irresponsible of that set. And it would also be an insurance liability. So they know where she is. They're just, you know, the editing, they're going to give us a little later update on her somewhere later in this season, but they have to know where Tracy is. There's no way. But to Clint, she's been missing for 10 hours and she stole the rental car and $100 from him. That $100, he ain't never getting back. But that rental car, trust and believe they're going to get that car back because production got that car. And Tracy, oh my gosh. Do you think they filed charges against Tracy for stealing that car? Because production rented that car. And I think that Tracy has done petty theft crimes. I don't think she really knows what it's like to go against the network. I don't think she thought that out. I think she was just chasing her high. And I'm like, honey, you don't got the coins to fight this charge from WeTV. Please, sis, return that car. I hope they don't press no charges against her. I really don't, because Clint was on the phone crying, Goddess, Goddess, Goddess. Oh, you gotta return the car. Shaking. Yo, 37 years old. Like, something up with him. Is it crack, y'all? 37 years old, my Goddess. Come and get the car, please. Bring the car. I don't want to call the cops and get your arrested, my Goddess. Oh, boy. And then did y'all see when he was hugging his dad? First of all, his dad seems so over Clint. Like, I feel like he's always been here before. And oh my gosh, to whoever told me that Clint got kids. Girl, what? Clint has children? Again, WeTV. Why did y'all let this show leave that out? That is vital information. He has children. Somebody let him drop their seed in their womb? Ladies, you got to travel. You got to travel. We got options, ladies. We got options. Anyway, his father is like hugging Clint like. And then the way Clint was hugging him, y'all had me so messed up on Clint, thinking that he's a crackhead. How he was hugging his dad, I was like, oh my gosh, it's probably the crack making his arm stiff. I don't even know if that is a side effect of crack, but y'all got me thinking he a crackhead. So I'm like, oh my gosh, he can't bend his arm because of the crack. Because the way he was hugging his dad, his hands were like locked and they were up, but he wasn't really hugging him, but he was breaking down in his father's arms. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing abnormal about that. But it's the way in which he was doing it. Clint is very delayed. Like he acts like he's a teenager. Like his mind hasn't developed. He has a 57-year-old's body, but a 16-year-old's brain. And I want to know if that's an issue. Is he like delayed in some way? Like somebody got to tell me something. Because is it crack? Got me on crack watch, okay? Everything he does, I'm like, he's blinking a certain way. It's probably the crack. He's dialing the phone a certain way. It's probably the crack. He's crying. Only one tear came out. It's the crack. I love y'all though. Scott and Lizzie. We are not getting a lot of Scott and Lizzie. I'm thinking that they're not going to have any drama because I told you, I saw her Instagram. They're still booed up and in love. So I don't think we're going to get much drama from them anymore. So I'm thinking from here on out, we're just going to get little bits of Scott and Lizzie so that we can wrap up their story. But I think the drama is done with them. Let's talk about Jasmine and Lizzie and this conversation that they had. I'm glad that Lizzie just finally, you know, told her the truth. She was like, listen, honey, because Jasmine wants her mom to get away from Scott, right? But what the hell Lizzie going to do? Lizzie was like, honey, let's be real. I just got out of prison, okay? I don't have no money, no resources. Like, Scott is helping me. I can't go nowhere. And Jasmine, what are you going to do? Like, because I feel bad for Jasmine, but Jasmine and Lizzie are living off of Scott. I haven't seen one scene where Jasmine offered to pay for her room with her mother. You're eating off of him too, but you don't like him. So see, now I got a problem with you because you don't like him for your mom, but you're not saying no to any other gifts that he's given. So you looking just as scamish as your mama. So are y'all scamming together? Are y'all in this together? Listen, Lizzie was like, you not messing up my bag. Ain't nobody gonna take care of me, and I can't work and provide for myself. It ain't in me. You see these titties? This is all I do. So you either with me or not, but I'm not leaving Scott. You gotta be sensible. Your mom is fresh out of prison and you want her to go at it alone, just you and her, taking over the world with no money in America. Get out of here. Trying to mess up your mother's finesse. Girl, stay in the child's place. So you know we gotta talk about this proposal. So Scott takes Lizzie to this farm. He loves her, guys. I feel so bad for him because he really, really loves her. But dude, you're gonna have to, I'm telling you, I predict it right now. This couple is going to be on Marriage Boot Camp reality TV stars. I see it because here's why. Scott not gonna go nowhere. Lizzie loves the spotlight. They're good TV. They're not really messy. Like they're not, you know, they're not too messy to the point where other people won't want to film with them, especially the people who feel like they've come from an upper crust kind of reality TV show. They won't feel like they're slinging in the mud with a Scott and Lizzie. They'll be messy enough, but clean enough to be able to film with these other reality TV stars. I see them in that kind of capacity. Also, because they need the money. Scott really needs the money because he has to keep himself together so that he can keep Lizzie. And he's not going to be able to keep Lizzie with that grill. He can't. Like, especially with the beard going, you can just tell that there's nothing there. Lizzie, sad to say, is repulsed by him. She loves him because he cares for her, but she's not attracted to him. And that's what Scott wants. He wants to have sex with Lizzie, but it's like, dude, I hate to say it. You got to get some front teeth. She wants you to get some front teeth. She tried to fix you up. She even tried to kiss you. It just wasn't there. So, you know, do what you got to do, Scott, and get on Marriage Boot Camp reality TV stars because you need that check. Your grill needs that check if you want to keep Lizzie. Anyway, he really, really loves her, guys, because she grew up on a farm, so he takes her to a farm to propose to her. My only problem was the proposal. First of all, Pops was struggling to get down. He's like, and then he pulls out the ring and he's just like, listen, we haven't known each other long, but from what I know of you, I really like you. Will you marry me? It's like, okay, that's it? Was there nothing else? You know, the proposal speech, it was just like, let me just get down to the nitty gritty. Hey ho, do you want to make it official? Like, it was so just right to the point. And poor Lizzie, you knew she wanted to say no. She tried to say no. He didn't want to hear it. She was like, oh, it's very soon. Oh, I don't know. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. The girl had to say yes. The girl had to say yes. What is she gonna do? What's she gonna do? So she was like, oh, okay. And he like gave her the ring. And I was like, this was the worst proposal ever. But they still together. It was a beautiful little farm. And they got that drone machine in. I'm telling you, season 2, they got some more coin, okay? Because they let you know they use that drone machine any opportunity they can. Even if it don't make sense. You're going to get a drone shot in this show. Anyway, that's where the episode ends. I enjoyed it. I really do enjoy this show. Out of all the reality TV shows that I review, this one has consistently been giving me something to like really get excited to talk to you guys about. Some shows I'm like forcing myself to talk to you guys about because, you know, we've created a community here and we all like to, you know, get in the comment section and have a little kiki. But this show, I'm telling you, as soon as I watch it, I'm like, well, I gotta do a review. We gotta talk about this right now. So I really did enjoy it. What did you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's chat it up. You can reach me on Instagram, on Twitter. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share so we can grow our community here at Nikki Star TV. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye.